what I hate about today's wrestling is these kids that are learning. I believe 90% of them are being taught wrong. They're coming up with different names for different things, and like a double down. You know, people say, "You ever heard of double down?"
Yes, it used to be just a double knockout, wasn't it?
Well, it was called a double knockout. That's what it was called.
Hmm.
Now they call it double down. You know why they call it double down?
No.
Because the person that was training that person didn't know what to call it, so he had to think of something. So that's where the other stuff comes in. If you've been trained right, you've been taught, double knockout.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go with that now. Then and we'll just stick with tag teams. But some of the old school wrestlers like you see a lot of the new guys. Some of them may be on top that you disagree with some of the things they do. What tag teams out there now that you see or have worked with do you actually consider sort of the cream of the crop and have really good fundamentals?
There's a bunch of us. FTR, the Briscoe brothers. There's a handful, but my thing is, I'm old school. Like you got to sell. You know, if you don't sell, then the people can't feel you. If they can't feel you, you can't get them to the edge of the seat. You can't get them to sit up, and you can't get them to jump out of their seat if they don't feel what's happening. You might hear something. You might hear sayings now, "Holy shit, holy shit." Well, that's all right. That's because you saw a real dangerous move. Where do you go from there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's and again, in my days, if a guy gave me a clothesline, and I went down, and I jumped right back up, before I had a chance to get back up, I would have got kicked in the head. You know what I'm saying? You learn to sell. So if we give you a clothesline, if you don't sell, you get up too quick, you already got kicked. You see what I'm saying? They don't do that no more.
Yeah.
Now you don't see that.
With probably one of the most prominent tag teams out now, and it's the biggest criticism of them that they don't sell, is the Young Bucks. I don't know how much of the Young Bucks you've seen, but are you sort of for them, or would you be telling them to sell more, essentially?
Well, these days, they don't want you to sell. They don't want you to grab a hold. They don't want you to grab a headlock. They don't want a headlock takeover. They want nothing but action. That's why that's why you see them diving, and nobody. They don't teach that no more.
Yeah.
They don't want, the writers don't want you to lay on the mat. They don't want you to sell.
Is it purely because it's becoming more of a TV product and they're worried about people changing the channel?
That's what I think.